I got started with papercraft back when I was 16 because my granddad went to a paper cutting exhibition, and in Holland it's called Knipkunst, and he showed it to me very much with an air of like, well, you young people nowadays don't have this sort of patience to do the things they've done back in the 18th century, 16th century, even longer. And I was very much a little know-it-all, and probably still am, and like a challenge. So I went and got myself a scalpel whilst he was out having coffee with my parents, and by the time they left for dinner, I had made a little paper cutting of Snow White. So I've been doing papercraft for over 15 years now, more than half my life, which is crazy. And yeah, paper cut illustration slowly led to three-dimensional pieces, so sort of paper props for photo shoots and film shoots. And then that became even larger into installations for window displays, as well as red carpet premieres for films and large-scale set pieces for the likes of Bridgerton and Blue Peter's 60th anniversary. So yeah, everything from sort of small and quaint to massive and luxury. So getting this brief in, which was not only detail orientated and research heavy, but also three-dimensional and large scale, kind of ticked all of my boxes and also my expertise. So it was a really nice merriment of probably the last, well, at least decade of my career merged together as one. All these pieces have so many different techniques of papercraft that I got to sort of explore and put in. So not only does it have paper cutting and paper sculpture, but it also has paper weaving, like on the chair, paper folding, paper embossing, structural paper, there's cladding, even paper mache and pulping paper into a sustainable material that then becomes its own cladding. So yeah, there's so many different techniques that I got to use in this project, and it's kind of all encompassing of everything I've learned so far and more. The whole project in itself took about 4 months of making, so from May until October, with 2 assistants who work 2 days a week. I'm quite used to working with colour. I really love colour and bold, bright colour combinations. So getting this project in and being requested I make everything out of white was quite a nice challenge. Not something I do often, so I didn't take it lightly. But what was really good is that I used the same colour white for the entire project, which is Bright White by Colour Plan from GF Smith. And what was interesting is that when you layer, for instance, in the shrine or the cabinet, you see lots of detail, and it's actually made out of the same type of paper but in different thicknesses, so it looks like slightly different tones of white. As for the reason as to why all white, obviously the exhibition is aptly named Ghost Objects, and this was in particular so because you could have recreated all these original pieces for the museum as copies, and then you've had fakes in your museum. But I think the curator Hannah and Daniel, they very early on pitched me the idea that they wanted this to look like it was very much temporary, because the idea is that eventually these pieces get replaced by hopefully the originals that we hopefully are able to find, partially because of this exhibition, but also because of obviously Leighton being an artist himself, and the craftsmanship behind paper and the level of detail and the ornate decorative pieces. So making this out of paper, and especially out of white paper, makes it also not just look beautiful and clean and fresh and contemporary, but there's also an ethereal quality to it. As you can see, I very much enjoyed working on this exhibition for Leighton House Museum. If you're interested in doing a similar collaboration or have an even wilder dream of making something bespoke out of paper, my name is Annemarieke Kloosterhof. My website is annemarieke And yeah, if you have an object or a piece of furniture or an artwork or a tapestry or something else fun and insane that you think, oh, that could possibly not be made out of paper, try me, because I love a challenge.